The law office of Daniel Horowitz represents doctors in medical board investigations. The enforcement arm of the medical board is the medical board's division of medical quality. The Division of Medical Quality, which is abbreviated as the DMQ, is the investigative branch of the medical board. The DMQ has screeners who review initial complaints. If the complaints are potentially valid, the complaint is sent up the ladder. The ladder starts with investigators who demand records and may interview the doctor. The investigators write reports and supervisors review the reports to assess whether cases should go forward. The next step is review by an attorney and a medical expert. In more serious cases, the investigative process has early attorney participation and early medical reviewer intervention as well. Daniel Horowitz views that attorney as a law enforcement attorney because he or she will be employed by the Attorney General's office and assigned to the medical board. The more serious investigations will involve an interview with the investigator, often the attorney, and also a medical reviewer. When that type of team is assembled, you know the board takes the allegation very seriously. As a physician under investigation, you will feel like a criminal suspect, and in many ways you are. However, a criminal suspect has more rights than a physician under investigation. For example, your decision not to participate in an interview can be used against you. A criminal defendant never can have his exercise of Miranda rights used against him. If you are under investigation, you should retain highly specialized legal counsel. An investigation can be routine and friendly, but it is not a social interaction. The investigation will focus on sustaining accusations against you. Self-help can sometimes work, but in many cases, self-help worsens the situation. Finally, let me outline the most common grounds for disciplinary actions. First, there is gross negligence, which is defined as a severe departure from professional standards. A common category is the accusation that alleges repeated negligent acts. A repeated negligent act is less than medical malpractice negligence, but still in violation of accepted standards of practice. Here are the other common grounds for investigation. Conviction of any crime, even if that crime is not directly related to your medical practice. An arrest if alcohol, drugs, domestic violence, or dishonesty is involved. The board can investigate an arrest even if the charges are dismissed. The board will also look at medical malpractice settlements or judgments if the dollar amount of the settlement is $30,000 or more. The board looks at peer review actions and suspensions as well. If the investigation escalates and there is a trial, the board must prove its case with clear and convincing evidence to a reasonable certainty. This is a tough standard for the board to meet. It is not as strict a standard as beyond a reasonable doubt, but it is a daunting standard. You can win a medical board hearing, but you need an experienced physician lawyer to represent you.
Hopefully, you never face a medical board investigation, but if you do, the physician lawyers at the law office of Daniel Horowitz are experts in representing doctors. Call Daniel at 925-283-1863. That's 925-283-1863. Thank you for watching. Thank you for